Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. This morning, Annabelle and I are joined by Jenni McDonald and Liz Grimshaw from Chevening Financial. Chevening Financial independent advisors based near Sevenoaks. And they're going to talk to us about financial planning and well-being. We're particularly going to focus on women today. And the impact that financial planning can have when you're going through a divorce. So, Jenni and Liz, hi, thank you for joining us. Now, I know that you guys do a lot of work with women who are impacted by divorce. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Helen. Thanks for having us as well. So yes, we do assist women with financial planning when they're going through divorce. Sometimes they might have already contacted a solicitor, and the solicitor might get in touch with us so that we can sit down with the client and perhaps work through any proposals that they might have had and what that actually looks like in terms of their future financial situation. Sometimes mediators might ask us to get involved in the role of a financial neutral, and what that really means is sitting down with both parties within a mediation session, providing all the information and the facts on their financial situation, and providing all the sort of advantages and disadvantages of what various options might look like. And then sometimes we're involved towards the end as well, where someone might have been awarded a pension share or a capital lump sum. And it's about, well, what do I do with that? How do I make that work for me for the future?
So what would you typically find if someone was to be put in touch with you or to make contact with you? What would be a typical situation?
So there's a mix, Helen.
There is one, yeah.
No, sure. So there is a mix, but we do generally find that women have perhaps been involved in more of the bills and household runnings, and then the larger investments or mortgages has been left to the husband in general. Yeah. It's not always the case, but in general. So sometimes women come to us and they've never got a mortgage. They don't understand how the affordability works. They don't understand how the loans are put together. They don't understand that perhaps if they have a sum of money, it can be invested and to be used as an income. We want to educate them and give them the tools to make them feel confident and comfortable that they can actually look after themselves.
So how would the process work? Do they need to come to you armed with information, or can they just sort of come along for an initial chat? How does that work?
Of course, it's always really useful when somebody comes armed with all their information, but it's not what we usually see. So
good. Good to know.
Yes. We offer a fee-free, no obligation initial meeting, and that's really an opportunity for us to find out what the situation is, what the client is looking to achieve, what the concerns are, and then after that meeting we can work on a fixed fee basis. So depending on what it is we're going to be doing for that particular client, we'll draw up a fixed fee agreement, and then assuming that's agreeable, we'll then go ahead and complete the work for them.
You find that clients are often a bit worried about the outlay at the beginning, solicitors' fees, financial advisors' fees, and there's perhaps a bit of worry about that. But actually, in the long term, what you're creating for them is a secure plan that will save them money in the end.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think, at that time, people are really worried about their finances. They don't know what the future looks like, and it might seem like instructing a financial planner is another expense to add into the mix. But we find that the clients we work with, they really do gain benefit from working with us, because by having that proper understanding of the finances and what all the potential advantages and disadvantages are of each way that those finances might be split, it really helps to empower and find the best outcome.
So if somebody gets in touch with you, where do you have offices? Where do the meetings often take place?
So we do have an office just outside Sevenoaks, or we can come to clients' houses. Obviously, this year's been very different. and we can do a meeting just like this over Zoom, which have been pretty successful. We can go to a client's office, perhaps in London, or have them meet here. I mean, we're totally flexible, and it's around what fits with the client, really.
Okay, and then so you're helping the client through the divorce process, holding their hand, if you like, with that, and then once you're at the other side of that, can you offer a longer term financial support? And how often would you meet clients to discuss their finances?
Definitely we do. So we look to work with our clients on an ongoing basis. So it's not just about sorting out the immediate finances following the divorce. It's then also about building that plan for the future, and it's, you know, building a plan from scratch in most cases, because the future suddenly doesn't look like what it did 12 months ago. So we generally meet with our clients on an annual basis, where we review anything that we've put in place for them, but also review the financial plan. And quite often in those early years following a divorce, things might change quite dramatically from what someone expected to, you know, to how things actually are. And so having a proper plan and being able to see what the future looks like we find that's a huge benefit to our clients. And, you know, for some people, we might even meet up every 6 months in the early years if that's what they need. You know, it's all about what the client needs, really.
Okay. Annabelle, did you have anything else to add?
What do you think makes you stand out from your competitors? Why should somebody choose you guys?
So I think we are very much financial planners. So as I just alluded to there, it's all about kind of building that plan for the future. I think historically, what a lot of financial advisors have been primarily focused on is the end product or the end investment solution. And whilst that is absolutely important that we get our clients invested in the correct portfolio for their needs, for most clients, what we find is that they're more interested in, well, what is my money actually going to do for me? And am I going to be able to retire? What does this future look like? So I think that's kind of where we're a little bit different. Yeah, anything else, Liz?
I think that we've probably got some experience kind of with friends and family as well. We're good listeners. We want to help. We want to build long-term relationships. Like Jenny said, we don't just want the transactional side, and I think that's important. I think advisors perhaps historically have been transactional and talked about investment products as opposed to the overall cash flow plan, which is very much our focus.
I have to say that has been my experience. So it's, you know, it's very refreshing to talk to you today and sort of, I know we've got together before now, but just to sort of understand it in a more relaxed way and not feel intimidated to ask any questions, really. I think because, as you mentioned, women are not always involved in the bigger picture, and sometimes I think that can feel quite overwhelming, especially if you find yourself in this situation. So to have some friendly faces would be quite refreshing, I would imagine, for a lot of people.
Definitely.
Well, thank you. It's been really useful. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to doing more with you. If people wanted to get in touch with Jenny or Liz, the details will be accompanied with this clip. So thank you, Chevening Financial, and we'll be speaking to you again soon.
Thanks for having us.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.